Hello, No Man fam. I'm Ludwin,
And I'm Nick the intern.
and we are very excited to both model and show you what we've got coming out today. It is a highly anticipated drop. Finally, our spring-summer tailoring capsule from Sartoria Carrara. Sartoria Carrara is a company we've been working with for some years now. They do our in-house tailoring line, I guess if you can call it. We've developed a shape with them that we really enjoy, and instead of offering like a wide spread of ready to wear, we've previously done like pre-orders, but now we've skipped that part and kind of just resumed bringing you guys the good stuff. So less decisions to make, just what you see on the rack. We can start off, I think, just by showing you the design, kind of how this is put together. The first jacket that we have up is styled or worn here by Nick the intern. You can see here the shape that we have going on. It has a shoulder with some slight construction. You have the little spalia camicia there, you know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of pleating coming down. Yeah, so that slight structure in the shoulder, I think, just helps the shoulder kind of arch off. And then once it's off, it comes down, drapes down very naturally, very nicely. This one fits him very well. We go with a slightly wider lapel. Especially at the time when we made this suit, I feel like thinner lapels were in, and I think, you know, really heads up move of us to come with something like this. Has a nice breadth to it. 3-roll 2, and we like to finish it with finishings that make sense for it. This is a sport coat, so we have it with 2 patch pockets. We have some other pearl buttons that have a little bit of shine, kind of like that bronzy color, brings out the brown. And speaking of the brown, why don't you tell them about the cloth? Tell them what we did with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous jumbo check Fox Air. I've been looking at this cloth personally for a long time. I think Patrick and Douglas really snapped off with this one. I mean, just the depth of color with that navy, that light blue kind of subtle overcheck, and the browns. It's beautiful. It's perfect for summertime, perfect for year-round wear, and I'm excited to be wearing it.
Yeah, it's a great one. We have it finished with, again, complementary lining, kind of bounces off the button choice that we did. And the lining, it's just that quarter lining, just that top back. You're going to have unlined fronts, and yeah, or quarters, and it's really nice. Bam. We also have all of these ready-to-wear options with unfinished buttons. You'll get the button set. You can finish them as you seem fit once they come in. And then we'll just continue with the other sport coats that we decided to pick up this season. The next one up we have, it's a linen hopsack from Drappers. And being a linen hopsack, we've done other kind of sack weaves in linens or even like lightweight wools in previous seasons. This one, it's like a proper hopsack. It has a good amount of like weight to it. You know, it's not something that's just you're gonna lose it. You're not gonna feel like you're wearing a jacket. This kind of it anchors down on your shoulders. It feels like you're wearing a jacket. Yeah, and that's something that I really enjoy. The color is kind of this in-between olive brown, so it pairs really nicely with kind of either world of neutrals. You know, you could wear it with browns if you want to make it look a little bit more olive. You can pair it with olives. You want to treat it as more of a brown. And then it also goes with things like stones, like, you know, very nice desaturated neutrals. I think is going to get you a lot of longevity out of this jacket. Yeah, and it's just really nice. This is something that is not necessarily spring summer specific. We have a couple of them that are that kind of bridge more 3-season, almost year-round wear, which is really nice. And last up, if you've been following our tailoring capsules for some time, this is one that you've probably been waiting for it to come back on the website. It is our Minis Fresco Mock Leno. So you get that nice, very almost like see-through, you could probably see that guy in the back right there, wool that is just super breathable, super flowy, has a nice hand, not exactly, a lot of these like summer weight cloths can be very, I don't know, crisp, almost abrasive on the hand. This wears incredibly smoothly. This is just going to be your go-to like travel jacket. These are done with a little bit less structure than some of the other ones that we do for the fall winter. So yeah, this is something that you're just not even going to think about it. It's a no-brainer. You're traveling, you want a blue sport coat, it's going to go around. It looks nice. Next up, we're going to have some odd trousers. And let's get Kenshawn in the mix here. I have on a pair, but I think, you know, it'd be nice to show what it looks like on some other body types. The 2 colors that we have on, these are going to be, I believe it's Fox Bliss. It's in 80/20 wool linen. So you get a really, really nice amount of texture going into it. Actually, I lied. I'm not wearing that. I was thinking about it. He's wearing them only. I'm wearing something that I'll show you later on. But yeah, he has on the brown. and or I guess maybe like a taupey color, because we have that taupey brown as well as this gray. So you can see the two different colors next to each other.
Check out that texture. Come on.
Yeah. Bring them in. Let's see how this looks. It's definitely on the heavier end of things. I think we'd like to position this as like a pre-fall pickup. You know, if you're looking for something, you've got like a wedding set in October or something, or maybe like September-ish. This is going to be a good thing to pick up and just have on hand. I think even on cooler summer nights, depending on where you're located, you can make this work. We're just in the midst of a heat wave in New York, and I cannot imagine wearing this at this moment. But it's something beautiful to just have in your closet and just admire for the meantime. So yeah, really, really great. The trouser setup that we have with Sartoria Carrara, as you can see, it's pretty classic, but not stuck in any specific time period, you know? I feel like it's something that kind of flexes with us from while we're going from slim fits to wide fits. It's kind of just like that platonic ideal shape, where it has a little bit of a higher rise. We do it with side tab finishings. We have a single pleat, and then the leg has an ample amount of room, but nothing too dramatic. It's not like into any costumey territory. And then it comes down to, with a slight taper, but nothing that feels like, you know, carroty. It's almost like a taper to a straight fit, if that makes sense. But yeah, really, really great fit. You're wearing a size 52, and that would be, I'd say, about his normal waist size. Yeah, he has to cinch him in because he has, like, you know, the larger legs, smaller waist situation. I'd say if you do have larger legs for your size, you may want to consider sizing up and taking in the waist. Or even going through made to measure. We do offer a made to measure program, and all of these fabrics, or most of these fabrics, would be available. Just let us know and we can work something out. Yeah. So that is the Fox Bliss odd trousers. That will be the only odd trousers that we have for this drop. Following, we just have 3 suits, and then lastly, the jacket that Kenshawn sneak previewed for you. We like to do a navy suit every single capsule, whether it's the spring or the fall. This one, we kind of wanted to piggyback off of the 4-ply draper's cloth that we did last season. That sold like with a quickness. So we wanted to get something similar, but we also don't want to drown you with like the same navy suit. So we went with a Lovat, the Bard collection. This is a 3-ply wool. So one less ply than the ascot that we had last season. However, it just has a, you know, its own uniqueness. It almost has like a nail head pattern to it. It has just you're getting a lot more than a flat navy than you would get for a lot of these navy suits, right? I mean, what do you think, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, just that extra kind of, it kind of pops.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a, I don't know how to explain it. You're right. It's almost like a nail head, like a 4-point maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, it almost feels like there's like a bit of like a lighter blue. You can, I'm sure if
it's
you,
almost like an underweave.
if you pair this with like a classic, like a light blue shirt, I think you're gonna really see that pop a lot more. Or if you pick up some ties that kind of echo that color, it's gonna look really, really pretty. Yeah, with our suits, whereas our sport coats are finished with patch pockets on the hips, we have these finished with flat pockets. You know, you can tuck those in, conceal them if you want, wear them as jetted. But yeah, otherwise the finishings are all going to be the same on the 2 jackets. But yeah, and then we have a matching trouser, of course. So this is something, you know, you're going to get a lot of wear from. Not
Side adjuster.
Look at the side adjuster. They're all going to have side adjusters. But very pretty. I enjoy it. Next up, these were the pants that I didn't know whether I was wearing, but I actually am. It's, I believe this is a Draper's linen herringbone cloth. We've done this cloth in odd jackets before. I think maybe 2-3 years ago. We did it in like a rust and an olive linen herringbone. But this time we wanted to do it in something that I would probably consider the most break-upable suit pairing that we've done. It's this slightly desaturated beige. It kind of lives in this like beige gray territory where you can wear it with other lighter things, or you can wear it with like darker cool colors like I'm wearing here, and it just makes a lot of sense. But I can see you pairing this with browns, and it's just going to bring out the richness in those hues. And we kind of did it with like this like champagne colored lining, as well as the mother of pearl buttons have like a little bit of warmth to them too. So there is some life in there. It looks really, really nice. I'd say maybe a bone would be a good way to call this. Bone feels fitting for it.
Bone feels good.
So yeah, it's just an incredibly good looking jacket. I can see this pairing with a bunch, and these trousers you can see pair nicely with some new stuff. Shirt from Informale also dropping along with these. Check out the next video. And then last up for the full suit, it's another restock. This is another fan favorite. Similar to the mock lino, we have this nice crispy tobacco linen. So this linen is a bit more of a plain weave, but it does have a good amount of substance to it. There's some heft to it, whereas like say the other linen that we had feels like it's it's much more, I think, what you expect of a linen in how it feels like softer, airy. Like if you get caught in a breeze, you're going to see this like kind of have its own life. It's going to flow with it. This has a much more crisp hand. I feel like this is something that you can probably is more akin to like this, like a Fox Air, kind of like it has a crisp, stiffer feel, holds its body a lot nicer.
A little bit of a harder finish, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A bit smoother.
And with that, it almost has a little bit of like a sheen to it. In like certain light, you're going to see it catch and kind of have a little bit of like a brilliance to it. So it's really pretty. A nice warm tobacco tone. This is something that we pair a lot with. If you were at Pitti Uomo this year, you would have seen Greg, Mr. Lelouch, the big man himself, was wearing this suit, and it's a beautiful suit. This is something that I feel like over the decade that we've been around, a suit like this has always been something you want in your closet, and that still rings true. It's still very, very pretty. But this was also something to mention. We did this jacket with patch pockets. That's something to note. Just because it is break upable, you can wear it more as like a sport coat, not just a standalone suit. So we wanted the patch pockets to help support that idea. And last up, the man on the wing, Kenshawn, has been wearing it. This is an idea that we actually cooked up for fall winter this past year in 2024. However, this cloth wound up being a lot lighter weight than we expected, and we thought that it would be just a perfect late summer companion. It's another Fox Air high twist cloth. So similar to how I was mentioning how the certain, same books can come in different ways. So these are two Fox Air fabrics, but you can see how Nick's has a bit more of like a crisp stillness to it, whereas the high twist one has a lot more flow. It has a bit more of a dramatic drape to it. And I think that it just makes so much sense to have in the field jacket, especially when you have a belt that can like bring in the waist. It's not just having these jagged creases. It's very much living. Ooh. It's expressive. It feels nice, and I really like it. And Kenshawn's looking good in it. You're wearing a size 54? 52. Okay, 52. And you can see that's usually his usual chest size. So it all makes sense. Yeah, you've seen this style before. It has the removable belt in the back, full mother of pearl button placket, and then 4 flat pockets. But you're getting a little bit something with the shoulders still. It still kind of has that sport coat language, whereas a lot of field jackets kind of look more casual. This looks like, the professionals at Carrara did their thing and applying their techniques to a field jacket. So we really enjoy it. Splits up beautifully. And yeah, and that's what we've got for the Sartoria Carrara drop. Please be sure to ask us questions. If you have any sizing information or you need any sizing information, let us know. Or if you have any requests, if you have like, funky measurements that you don't know if our off the rack will work, let us know. We might be able to work out a made to measure option for you, and we'd be glad to do it actually. So yeah.
#menswear.
#menswear.